Today on CoPal. Oh no!
Just like the stock market, right, Mr. Donald J. Terrence? My Bitcoin holdings technically make me a billionaire? All right, let's start over. As I was saying, it's those darn trillionaires.
Welcome to the College of Politics and Life, CoPal.
I hope you plan to interrupt the Donald like this when it's his turn.
And look, I did really well with plumbers, really well. I own the plumber vote. Someone said you have to go all the way back to Julius Caesar and the Roman aqueduct to find a time when a leader had this many plumbers and engineers on their side.
It's about making sure you have the happiest life possible.
During which time they could have been enjoying the fruits of the renovation that Marriott had recently done to their wing of the hotel.
This is not a real college.
Oh no!
Just like the stock market, right, Mr. Donald J. Terrence?
Quiet, Bertie. I bet that sign was made in Vermont.
Oh, really?
At the Ben & Jerry's factory.
Oh, yeah.
Made from the same ingredients as the new flavor. Crumbly socialist.
All right, you two. This is not the debate. This is just the tacky BS intro screen for the channel. Jeez.
Welcome to the College of Politics and Life, CoPal. They call me the Chancellor. I am the Chancellor, the Dean, and the President of CoPal. I do it all. I'm even in charge of leading the protests against the college. I'm a jack of all trades. And what's this fun channel all about? Well, it's about making sure you have the happiest life possible. It's about giving you fun, quirky takes on free market politics, life, and happiness. We'll peel back the onion and get at the true root of issues that are relevant to you. Perspectives you may not get anywhere else. We don't care whether you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent. Here, you're all equally welcome. We'll use logic and common sense and science, like psychology, and the hierarchy of needs to explain why are some people on the left politically and some are on the right. Why? Why are some people Democrats and some Republican? In one episode, we'll define the role of government in one sentence. Just one short sentence. It can be done. We'll explore how some political convictions could have originated in chimp society. We'll show how the jury system may hold the key to bringing democracy into the 22nd century, even if we're a little early for that. And although our mission here is critical, fighting global poverty and misery and politician stupidity, we're gonna have some fun. And speaking of fun, we'll be right back, right after this important message from Marriott. At Marriott, everything is top notch.
You may have seen the Marriott Bonvoy commercial featuring Formula One racing star George Russell. And you may be asking, why does the commercial show Mr. Russell in an absolutely desperate attempt to get out of his Marriott room? Really, isn't it obvious? It simply was not one of the spectacularly renovated Marriott rooms in San Juan, Puerto Rico. The man that you just saw and his girlfriend arrived at the San Juan Marriott at 11:28 a.m. for check-in. However, amazingly, their room wasn't ready until 8:25 p.m. An almost exasperating 9 hours, during which time they could have been enjoying the fruits of the renovation that Marriott had recently done to their wing of the hotel. For example, the new, conveniently placed bedside outlets for charging your devices. Oh dear, don't tell me that the new but tacky 1970s wood paneling has no outlets. By Jove, there are, in fact, plugs nearby. Well, sort of. In addition, they could have been hurting their backs turning on the floor lamp. Or having fun chasing a roll of toilet paper around the hallway. Or realizing that the new balcony lights had burned out. But last and most impressive are the new bathtub and shower.
You see newfangled appliance here. I know how to operate these, though, even though they're kind of new, because I'm kind of good at this. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn this on, and you'll see how great this is. Essentially,
So it's no wonder that Mr. Russell needed to hightail it out of his Marriott, and make his way to a better experience at the Palace Motel.
So now we want to hear what you think about today's topic. Today's topic, of course, is an introduction to CoPal, the College of Politics and Life. And since we don't yet have actual audience debaters, We do have some special stand-in guests today. All the way from DC, Senator Bernie Sanders and President Donald Trump. And here's today's tale of the tape. Sanders was raised in Brooklyn, New York. He is a United States Senator. His all-time favorite issue is not the launch of COPAL, surprisingly, but rather income inequality. Our second debater today is President Donald Trump. Raised in Queens, New York, he is the President of the United States, and coincidentally, his favorite political issue is also not COPAL, but in his case, tariffs. We will begin today with Senator Sanders. So cue the timer, please. And Senator, are you there?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Chancellor. First, let me make this clear. Free markets only help the billionaires. What's that? Sorry, the producer's whispering in my ear. What? My Bitcoin holdings technically make me a billionaire? All right, let's start over. As I was saying, it's those darn trillionaires. Free markets only help the trillionaires. Secondly, the far-right media has reported that big government is like a cult religion for me. I find that suggestion offensive, and I appreciate this opportunity to say that it's totally false, as if I was some kind of great warrior during the religious crusades of the Middle Ages or something. It's nonsense.
Well, Senator, I'm a big fan of yours, but let me ask you this. The National Enquirer is reporting that you once set up a Spanish Inquisition type setup in your Vermont basement. Was that used to coax skeptics of big government into coming around?
I hope you plan to interrupt the Donald like this when it's his turn. Look, the Spanish Inquisition setup, as you call it, is not there anymore, okay? Look, rather than answer this, I'd rather go home and binge watch the last 9 Republican National Conventions on C-SPAN. And believe me, Ronald Reagan wouldn't even want to do that.
Hello? Senator? Hello? Well, his time was up anyway. Thank you, Senator. Now we have the privilege to welcome President Donald Trump, who has no slides. Is that right, Mr. President?
Excuse me, Chancellor, excuse me. You're wrong about me not bringing slides. I brought the greatest PowerPoint slide ever constructed by a human being. I don't use slides. Neither did Lincoln, Reagan, Napoleon, or Joe Rogan.
Listen, COPAL got a raw deal. A raw deal, it's unfair, very unfair, but we're going to fix it. I don't know if there's a problem, but if there is one, I'm the only person in this galaxy who can fix it. For instance, you take the toilet at Mar-a-Lago. Ever try to get a plumber in Palm Beach, Florida at 3 a.m.? You think as President of the United States, I could get someone to fix a broken toilet? And look, I did really well with plumbers, really well. I own the plumber vote. Someone said you have to go all the way back to Julius Caesar and the Roman aqueduct to find a time when a leader had this many plumbers and engineers on their side. 2,000 years. Imagine that. But the fake media, they'll never report that. Anyway, it was I who fixed the toilet. It's jiggling the handle. You got to jiggle the handle 4 or 5 times. Many people only jiggle 2 or 3 times. But it's got to be 4 or 5. That's the trick. That's why I do that sort of thing better than anybody.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Excuse me. Let me just say that I've also done well with the novelty pen makers. Just look at this pen.
I will be the greatest president that God ever created.
Thank you, Mr. President. So, who argued more effectively for COPAL, Sanders or Trump? Please vote in the comments. So to recap, this channel will take you on an exciting journey of quirky insights on politics, life, and happiness. With greater freedom in society, your dreams will come true. And we're telling a story in this channel which is going to connect all of these episodes. So you'll want to subscribe and watch these episodes in order from the beginning. As I walk away now, you'll see the proverbial fork in the road. We'll begin this journey where all journeys begin, with a goal in mind. Your goal determines which path you take in life. Picking the right path here is important. it could mean the difference between happiness and misery. And that's what we'll explore in the next episode.